Radical.
Oh, it's time to check up on the channel of one ReviewTechUSA. I checked up on Angry Joe last week, did a commentary on him, so why not ReviewTechUSA? I think he deserves a checkup. I think I've done John Hancock this year, talked about the Humble Museum update, so trying to get a lot of these updates out of the way before the end of 2024. You know, you go to the doctor and you get a yearly checkup, but I'm going to do a yearly YouTube checkup. So here we go. We're going to check up on the channel ReviewTechUSA. We're going to see what's going on, and maybe I can do a little critical satire. How about it? Let's do it. Let's go. Okay. Maybe I'm having some internet errors, right? Here's what we'll do. We will try this again. Let's go. The monkey. The damn monkey. Why am I seeing the monkey here? Let's research and see what's going on. Actually, I don't have to research. The channel has been deleted. It apparently has been deleted. Your favorite overweight tech reviewer has deleted his channel. I don't know why exactly. I'm just learning about this because YouTube recommended to me see that Dreamcast guy, and then 8-Bit Eric, and then Sean. All of them, they had uploads in my sidebar. I didn't even have to look it up. It was in my sidebar, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? See, Dreamcast guy says for him to get help. And, you know, you go down this rabbit hole, right? You go down this rabbit hole with ReviewTechUSA. There's been a long rabbit hole. I've covered a lot of stuff about him through the years. I think when people point out all the people on YouTube that was critical of ReviewTechUSA, I wouldn't be surprised if I feature prominently. For some reason, I can't talk today. That I feature prominently because I have a lot of critical satire bangers on ReviewTechUSA. A lot I pointed out was the fact that, of course, he's an e-bagger. Of course, pointing out the fact that, well, there's a lot of things about Rich that I pointed out, but right now, I'm just curious about this. Now, we're going to go down to the Reddit and see what they're saying on the Reddit. 1 million subscribers, by the way. And he says he still live streams there. Phil is going to be insufferable tomorrow. Okay. He will reactivate it as soon as he gets his Amico. Well, there's a possibility here that it could have been deleted, or he has privated the channel. I don't know if he stated specifically, but really, can you trust this guy? Because he went away, right? I forget how long it's been since he went away, and then he came right back, I think, later on that night. And he went through his period of time where he was doing a lot of stuff about, the refurb gaming? I forget. You know, the people that sell you the consoles for about $300-$400, and they're only worth like $100. What the fuck is it? You know, it's online. DK Oldies. Yeah. He had a beef with DK Oldies. Dicky Oldies. Well, isn't he called Dickers? For some reason, there's so much. Like I said, I haven't kept up on this guy in the past year. That's be like a whole damn rabbit hole. But what points out, what I'm curious about, what sticks out to me is why the fuck would this guy delete his channel or go away from his channel? What's going on there? At first I thought, well, there has to be some foul play. There has to be some situation to where maybe somebody is maybe threatening him. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Other than that, why would a person, unless there's something behind the scenes we don't know about, or someone's, I don't know, like maybe a family member told him that he has to delete his channel. I don't know. Why would a guy that has over 1 million subscribers, that all he has to do is regurgitate gaming news articles for a living? Could you imagine how many people would love to have the capability? Well, about anybody could have the capability of doing what Rich does, but to have the ability to have an audience to where all you really have to do is talk about Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo again and again and again and again, And they don't even have to be the best uploads. They don't have to have the best editing. You don't have to be the best, but I will give him his credit. You know, he's a pretty good talker, right? But how much of that is in the editing room? His ex-editor actually, you know, helped him out so much. There's another element here that I'm learning about more because I checked out the uploads of some of these other people, that he had a falling out with his editor. And there was a computer, and I don't think this editor actually directly accused Rich of doing this, but there's a computer after the fallout that I had that he gave to his ex-editor. And I think it had something called a keylogger, or there was some situation where during the live stream he was having, money was leaving his bank account. I don't think he outright basically blames Rich, but it's kind of weird that he would just give a computer to somebody. And I think he originally was going to give it to Darkside Phil. So there's many layers here that I can barely scratch the surface or go into. But that's shitty, man. That's very shitty that he would give him that computer, and if that happened, to actually take money out of his bank account. Now, there is other audio that I've heard Rich say where he's basically calling him a sidekick, and he goes from the early days of his channel saying he couldn't be doing this without people like Jay and the editing on the end of it. And when he gets new subscribers, he would congratulate them. But then he gets a little too big for his britches. And Rich is a big motherfucker, so it's not that hard to get too big for his britches. And then he basically starts calling him out, saying, "You're nothing compared to me. You're just a sidekick. I gave you so much money." And just some nasty shit, man. There's elements of Rich that I see in these clips in the live stream where he even picks fights with, I think, Does It Play? And he said, "Don't you call me a liar. Fuck you guys." And then there was a $2,000 bet with Patreon. If you didn't hear about this, sorry, I'm just like squeezing a lot of this in, like, you know, Rich into a medium-sized pair of pants and shirt. But I saw this beef that he had with them talking about how all these games, every game nowadays, you need these downloads and, you know, they need to be connected to the internet, every single game. And then he said, "I'll give you $2,000 cash, $2,000 if you can show me one game that doesn't need that." And then Super Mario RPG was a game, and then they said, "Would you like to donate to the Patreon and give us money, or would you like to just cash, PayPal, you know?" So Rich sends over the money, but then he's salty as fuck about it. Then he says and claims that there's a glitch in the game that you have to get the patch and everything, and then they don't want to deal with him. They just wind up giving him the $2,000 back. Now, the same guy that is going to be so salty and make these $2,000 bets is apparently going to give a computer away. I don't see a motherfucker like that giving away anything. But what's documented about Rich through the years is a lot out there. I'm not the first one. I won't be the last, definitely. But on YouTube, I played my part through the years, documenting a lot of this. And I'm just in awe. I'm in shock and awe that he would do something so fucking stupid. Because when you're on Easy Street, if you're driving down Easy Street doing news article regurgitation for YouTube, why would you take a sharp veering to go down a tough street? Like, what's he going to be working at Pizza Hut? "Taking order 5. That'll be a medium extra pepperonis. Oh, these pepperonis look like what, my titties, my nipples. Oh my goodness." And then he gets fired because he's doing stuff like that. I don't know. He's a freaky guy, right? Or maybe he could work at a KFC. But it's a good thing they don't have live chickens there, because he'd probably be trying to fuck the chicken. Yes, that needs to be documented too. Is he actually legitimately a chicken lover like the one on South Park in real life? Isn't there a bit in the Fallout series also, unrelated, to where there's a guy that fucks chickens? I believe. Yeah, I think there is. That's the things that pop out to me. South Park, chicken fucker, and the net. It needs to be looked into, the whole fascination he has with chickens. Everyone would come to me and they would ask me, they would leave comments. And they'd say, Rick, what's the deal with the chickens? I don't know what the deal with the chickens is, but there's so much that probably could be looked into when it comes to Rich. And I just don't have all the time to dedicate to it. In an ideal world, I do find this kind of interesting. And considering there's a history here with my criticism of Rich through the years, I do find it interesting, even though at times I've said like, well, I feel like I've covered Rich, you know, up, down, sideways, and there's really nothing else to cover with him. I think it's very important to actually just have this update to let you all know that he's no longer on YouTube. And it was just like, I would never think in a million years he would leave such an easy cash cow. And there has to be something going on here behind the scenes, or maybe he just had like a breakdown of sorts. And maybe a lot of these people, like I think Boogie was very critical of him, said something about something involving his family. I'm not sure. I don't really like personally to get into family stuff here. I've never really talked about people's family and going beyond YouTube. So, but when it comes to YouTube, like I said, one more time, the guy has apparently deleted his channel, unless it's a situation to where it's hidden. And in a couple of days, he's like, hi, I'm back. I was just taking a little vacation or something. So if anyone has any details on if it's actually 100% channel deletion, let me know. Because right now, I just can't fathom the thought that somebody would be so fucking stupid to erase a revenue like that. Like, if Rich doesn't even, let me tell you how YouTube works. I'm on the partner program, right? So I cannot upload anything for several days, and I'm still going to get paid because some of my other uploads are drawing money. They're drawing ad revenue. You know, me, I have several thousand uploads, so each of those is drawing money. Well, the ones that are viewed in their algorithm. So if I take it down, that means I get zero money, which is the last thing I'll say and why I'll be so surprised, because he's got to get, even if he doesn't upload anything else, he's got to get a little bit of chunk of change from that. And also there's an element here to the hardcore, die-hard, hardcore fans of ReviewTechUSA, which, there's actually people out there that are die-hard fans. Okay, whatever, I'm not going to judge. To that fan base, that's a big F you. That's a big F you to all of you that have actually, hopefully not donated to Rich throughout the years, but have enjoyed listening to him throughout the years on YouTube. Yeah, so he's basically saying, none of you are worth shit. Fuck you guys. I'll just come and go as I please. Thanks for all the donations, suckers. Nah, man. Even if you leave YouTube, you should leave your channel up. Deleting it, nah, you just don't do that shit, especially as a creator that has such a following. On a base level respect for the people that have put you where you are on YouTube, right?